Hello, hello, it's me, Dan. Hello, Great White North. All hail the King in the North! Felicia is in the house. She'll be joining me very shortly. She's making herself a coffee. We were a little bit late because we were watching Naruto. And the episode that we're watching now ended like exactly at 9:30. Hence our slight lateness. So apologies for that. But we're here. It's, you know.
I'm coming.
Felicia's coming. So we're going to read Tomoda Chill real fast. First. Tomoda Chill. Let's see. What's it? Lucas says, last night was wild. Ever had a night like that? I don't know what that means, Lucas. And then Rachel has, I'm taking an easy day because self-care is important. Don't forget to take a good rest once in a while too, everyone. She's right. And then Riona says normal schedule. That's all. Just normal schedule. Oh, here's Lucas. Dinner with my team. What's that guy? What's that thing in the middle? What's that weird yellow thing with the lips? I have no idea what that is. I will like this. That's amazing. Alright, I think that's it. Yeah, just those four. Alright. Let's see. All the ingredients are stocked up, and the weather's keeping quiet. I mean, it's still raining. Looks like a good night to listen to some stories. Hey, it's Hyde and Gala. Good evening, Mr. Hyde, Mr. Gala. Nice to see you two. How did it go at the hospital today? Well, it was fine, except I was a little exhausted. Goodness, are you having issues with the children again? No, that's not it. It's just... Well, for starters, my Fury's giving me a hard time. Your Fury? Is it the full moon already? Nope, but I sometimes get pre-Fury symptoms. Pre-Fury symptoms? Hey, Karumi! Hey, Felicia's here.
Hi!
Yeah, it's a common thing for werewolves. A few days before the full moon, our bodies start to prepare for Fury. And that changes the way they react to pretty much everything. Symptoms vary depending on who you ask. But it can affect our muscles, our appetite, our energy levels. It can give us headaches and a lot of other stuff.
This sounds like PMS.
It does. That possibly on purpose.
Thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is a real thing, everyone.
Small, but annoying. That doesn't sound pleasant. No, to be honest, it's not great. For me, I've been feeling pretty sore and more tired than usual. And a bit crankier as well. Is there a drink that could help you with that? I never found one, but if anyone can come up with it, it's you, Feely Dan.
Now I feel pressure. Something with ginger.
Since a Galahad can soothe your fury, maybe it would work pre-fury as well? Maybe, but I think it'd need to be more relaxing.
What is the Galahad? I forget. Oh.
Like a Galahad, but with no caffeine and maybe blue? Okay, so...
Do I need to check what a Galahad is?
No, it should be in our book, actually.
Okay.
We should have it already in our brew pad. Because a Galahad... There it is. It's tea, milk, and ginger. Okay. So one assumes we would just make hibiscus tea.
Milk and ginger.
And ginger,
yeah,
right?
because there's no caffeine in hibiscus tea.
Oops, how do I exit? So yeah. So this tea, blue pea, milk, and ginger. Brew it. A gala tea. Yes. Is there an item that we need to give? We have nothing. Okay, go back. Good. Serve it.
Gala tea.
Here you go. A gala tea for you. Do you come up with these names on the spot, Feely Dan? No, it takes a bit of soul searching. To tailor it to the situation, and so on. That almost makes it sound like you know in advance what we're going to order.
Ooh.
Call it a sixth sense. Right, let's see
So-
how your sixth sense tastes. Yeah?
Remind me, is Philly Dan human?
I believe so.
Like, there was something at the end of the last coffee talk, right?
Yeah, so if you play through the first coffee talk again, right, you can make different decisions, and actually you have to play through it again in order to get Silver's true ending.
I remember.
And at
then
that point, Silver realizes that we've done this before, and Silver says something about the barista. So I think the barista, us, Feely Dan, are time traveler of some kind.
Yeah, that's what it seemed like,
Or
right?
something
so they've been
that exists
around
outside
for
of time
very
and space.
long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe we're Moira McTaggart.
What? Oh, right. in my head, you said Ewan McGregor.
Right. Let's see how your sixth sense tastes. Wow, this is excellent. Exactly what I needed.
Yay!
Very happy to hear that. Hyde hasn't said a word.
He just keeps glaring at him. This is a couple's quarrel.
What's with the long looks, you two?
Couple's quarrel.
Did something happen? Actually, Feely Dan.
Couple's quarrel. Oh, do you want me to read something?
Yeah, sure. You can read Gollum.
Guess I'll just come out with it. I need your help.
My help.
Come on, I wasn't that bad. Oh wait, you behind.
Okay.
No? I was so tired today I nearly fell asleep on the job.
Erg.
But most importantly, it's not good for you. Moping around, sulking, refusing to look at solutions. I've never seen you like this and I'm getting worried. Is he staying with Gala?
There's nothing to worry about.
You say that, but then you spend entire nights looking miserable. No advice I come up with is good enough. And Hyde, I'm barely keeping it together as is. You should know by now how I feel when Fury's about to hit.
I take it you two ended up chatting yesterday after all.
You bet we did. After I walked out of here, I headed home and found this one. Lying on the sofa, staring at the ceiling. Looking so gloomy, it sucked the colour out of the room. And it's not the first time either, it's constant these days. Please help me help him, Philly Dan. I'm at my wit's end.
Mr. Hyde? Fine.
She's smirky.
The truth is, I'm bored to death. Or I would be if it wasn't for the whole immortality thing. I'm nearing 40 years old. And I've never been this bored in my entire life. You're only 40? That's not true. You're way older than 40.
Yeah, he was around like 1950s.
Interesting. You
Like
usually make it sound like you're much older. 40 years old in vampire years. I'm not saying how old that is in other species years. Got it. Okay. That makes more sense.
Hyde has very nice eyes. Eyes on the prize, Philly Dan. Intervention first, gossip later.
My apologies. Why are you so bored, Mr. Hyde? My job. What was that? My job!
Hey, no need to shout.
Well, I'm also irritated about it, okay? I'm not exactly used to sitting around twiddling my thumbs. But modeling stopped being fun ages ago. You did mention something like that the last time. You are trying to leave modeling behind then? Yeah. Is there a specific reason for that? It's all just so brief. Back when I started modeling, people thought of fashion in a different way. They wanted to keep their outfits for a while. So they had to be elegant, well-made, and versatile.
Complaining about fast fashion now.
Yeah. Some campaigns that I featured in stayed on billboards for months. And I knew the clothes would last decades. In a way, it felt like I was building a bond with their wearers. I endorsed something that would feature in their cherished memories. But then social media came and it all became disposable. The clothes themselves, of course, but the models even more. I shoot a campaign, the brand posts it online, and it gets attention for what, 10 minutes? Then another campaign comes in and everything's forgotten. Blink and it's gone. There's no bond to be built there. Isn't that changing these days, though? With slow fashion and the like? That's true, and people are getting into vintage clothes, too. I salute that. But the reality of my job remains the same.
What about your fans? You have so many people following you.
You mentioned that last night, and my answer hasn't changed.
Jimmy.
They follow me because they think I'm pretty. Being admired is nice, but it doesn't constitute a bond. It's just X. So are you saying that you'd like to leave more of a mark? Maybe so. It would be nice if I did something that people remembered. That became a part of their lives in a real way.
You do know you have people in your life in a real way, right? People who always remember you?
That's not the same thing.
Maybe you should study to become a doctor or something. That would make a real difference.
No, thank you. The job still needs to be fun. Studying for 10 years just to exhaust myself in 14-hour shifts? Did you mistake me for a hard-working vampire?
Do you see what I'm dealing with, Philly Dan?
It does seem to be a thorny issue. Perhaps you'd like to mull it over with a drink in hand, Mr. Hyde. Yeah, that sounds good. Why don't you give Hibiscus another shot, Feely Dan? I'll give you a hint. Make it very, very spicy hibiscus.
So, hibiscus ginger?
Maybe? You want to look this up? What's a spicy hibiscus drink that Hyde wants? That would make sense, right?
Hibiscus. There's hibiscus in ginger. Zobo.
Alright, let's try that one then. There it is. Zobo. Ah! And here's one Zobo for you. That is correct, apparently. Let's see. You do know me well. You do know me well, Feely Dan. Ah, so I take it this works for you. This is a perfectly executed Zobo if I ever tasted one. Glad to see you've made good use of your ginger resupply. So you knew I couldn't get it right that time. Heh. Forgive an old man his old man jokes.
I see you've had your fun, but you still lost your bad height.
A bet?
When Hai was wallowing in self-pity yesterday, I told him many people cared about him. And I bet you could definitely figure out the one hibiscus drink he likes. So now I get to say I was right. And Hai gets to buy me dinner. At a place of my choosing.
Ugh. You're going to pick that horrible steakhouse again, aren't you?
You know it!
Have you won other bets in the past, Mr. Gala?
Let's see. You say it, Hyde.
He's won every single one of the bets we've ever made.
They are so a couple.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, and this close to being able to buy a new TV with the money I'm saving on food.
Just rub it in my face, why don't you?
Oh. Oh, hi everyone. Hey, Lua.
Oh, sorry, that is you. Hold on, let me,
Tomodachi.
Part of Los Angeles Agency. Part of Los Angeles Agency. Okay. Is there somebody else here? Gala. Oops, Gala. Okay. And then 2 new drinks.
2 new drinks?
Yep, the one we made for,
Oh, right. Zobo?
A traditional Nigerian drink with an invigorating ginger kick supported by cloves and pineapple.
Ooh, cloves and pineapple sounds
That sounds
delicious.
great. It actually sounds really good, yeah.
Gala
tea. A silky but spicy beverage that soothes furious emotions and brings dormant joys back to life. Okay. Alright. So you said that already? Hi, Lua.
Busy night, I see.
Hi, Miss Lua. Busy and lively, just the way we like it.
That's good. And I'm really glad you're here, Hyde. I wanted to apologize for the other night. I was so excited to see you, especially since it's been a while. But we ended up fighting at Bailey's instead. You must be getting bored of our arguments.
It's alright, they're kind of fun to watch. Hey, maybe you should be a therapist.
How are things with you too, by the way? Just let me order before I answer. If that's alright, Philly Dan?
Of course, what would you like?
I spent the whole day talking in meetings and presentations, so I have a bit of a hot sore throat. Is there anything you recommend for that? Honey! Honey!
Definitely something
Yeah.
with lemon and honey.
Sounds great! I love a lemon and honey drink, please.
Oh, what should I give her? What should be the base?
Do you want me to check, or do you want to...
Yeah, might as well. We're here for story, not to figure things out. Maybe just tea, lemon and honey, probably? That makes sense, right? Like regular tea?
There's a Midsummer Night's Dream, tea, lemon, and honey.
Oh. Tea, lemon, and honey.
Oh, that looks delicious too.
Here you go, some honey to soothe, some lemon to boost recovery.
Thanks, Dr. Philly Dan. This is truly lovely, just what I needed.
That's great to hear.
My company's trying to get a big contract, so I've been organizing meetings with everyone, making sure it's all going according to plan. That sounds pretty tough. Yeah, it's a lot of responsibility and decision making. And part of me likes that, but part of me feels the pressure of it. So it's nice to be able to unwind with a warm cup. Anyhow, to answer your earlier question, Gala, you probably gathered that Bay and I have been fighting. Bai and I?
Bay. Because
Bay?
it's Bailey's.
Yeah. Yeah, and Hyde told me a little bit about it too. Right, well, we haven't discussed the wedding for the past couple of days. And honestly, it's done me a lot of good. The thing is, I know Bay means well. He suggests all these things that he thinks I'll like. And I should like them. He's paying attention, not just sending random ideas. I should be grateful that he's trying to please me. But I get annoyed instead. And then I start feeling guilty that I'm annoyed. Which makes me even more annoyed. It's not great, I know. Well, it'll be easier if we always acted rationally. If we only got annoyed at the right people for the right reasons. But things aren't that simple, are they? That's true. Although I guess if you figure out what actually annoys you would help. That's the problem, I'm not sure. At first I thought I was tired or worried. The decision making in my job is taking a toll for sure. It's a bit hard for me to also deal with organizing things in my personal life.
Decision fatigue is a real thing.
It is.
Yeah.
I feel it all the time.
Yeah.
Sometimes even like, what I want to eat for dinner. No! Also, the financial side of it is hard to navigate. I don't want Bay to spend too much money, but he's right that involving my family comes with strings attached. I'm not sure how to avoid that though. But I'm realizing that might not even be the main issue. The more he sends me links to venues and caterers, the more it all feels wrong to me. Just elope!
Yeah.
I don't mean the wedding itself. I want to get married to Bay. But the way we're planning it, I don't know. I've been to my friends' weddings before. I've also been browsing the most popular wedding pictures online. There's always these big parties, well put together, very classy.
Yeah, that's where you're going wrong.
They have their whole families over, their friends and colleagues. They rent these beautiful barns and they hire live bands. They wear designer dresses and bespoke suits.
Okay, bespoke suits. Yes.
I used to look at that and think, this is great, this is what I want. But now it all just feels more and more off to me.
Why don't you tell your fiance that?
What if he thinks I'm getting cold feet? Or that I'm questioning his ability to help with the budget?
That's up to how you communicate it, isn't it?
Yes, but it's still a difficult topic. We've been through so much, you all know that. This is supposed to be our special day, a way to celebrate our partnership. Bay wants to honor that. He'll feel awful if he thinks I don't. Or if he thinks I don't trust him.
I swear, you and your elf are well matched. You always worry so much about what the other thinks, instead of working out your own wants and needs. You do realize that's the important bit, right?
I mean, generally, yes, I get that. But how does it apply here?
What do you think it means to honor your partnership?
To celebrate it properly, for starters?
Right. And who are you in that partnership with?
I believe you met him, the blonde guy with the puppy eyes.
Right. I'm glad you remember that, because you were making it sound like you were in a relationship with your friends who got married. And the strangers who put wedding pictures online.
Hush!
Hey, Esquire. This is your relationship you're celebrating. Why are you so concerned with other people's weddings? Your special day needs to make sense to the two of you. Have it in trainers at a fast food joint if that's what you like. That way you can also take the budget out of the equation.
Have it here!
A simpler wedding won't feel shabby if you make it feel properly yours. Hey, that's a good idea.
I still want a pretty outfit and decent food.
Thank goodness.
A point well taken. It's just... my family might have certain expectations.
Fuck 'em. Did they openly say that?
No.
Then maybe they do, or maybe you just think they do. The only way to find out is to talk to them. Besides, isn't Bailey's also about to become your family?
It's weird that his name has an S to it.
Yeah, you sure are the only family he's got. Ooh. I'm not saying to disinvite everyone or to fight with them or anything. But you shouldn't put their needs above your own.
I really shouldn't, should I? You've given me food for thought. Thanks, Hyde.
My pleasure.
Amazing how you perk up when you give people advice, Hyde.
Yeah, you should become a
Counselor,
man. Hold on, there's more things here now. Hey, Lua.
What is she? Oh, it's in French?
It's in French. Come on, Lua. Well,
Is she French?
maybe she's French, so I won't, What are you doing, Lucas? Alright. And then we have a new drink, and that was the tea... Yeah, Midsummer Night's Dream. Okay. Oh, I forgot to read it. Hold on, sorry. It is sweet and memorable like summertime blues. Okay.
Maybe you should become a therapist.
Chee, thanks for the vote of confidence. I did say I might become a couples counselor, but I agree with what you all implied. I don't think I'm quite tactful enough for that.
Are you looking to change careers, Hyde? He's bored of modeling. Finds it too impermanent, wants to leave a mark, wants to have fun. Just a very quick summary. Oh, I see. Well, same way you can make modeling fun?
Again?
Again?
I don't think so. Last time I had proper fun was maybe 20 years ago.
What happened then?
Oh, sorry. I was modeling a capsule collection for a young designer, and she wanted to take her own pictures. She got a studio, lugged the outfits there, found someone to do the makeup. Then she whipped out an old film camera, a proper relic. I hadn't seen one like it since the 60s.
My granddad has an old black and silver camera with two lenses. Was it something like that?
Yup, exactly like that. She said she preferred it because of the way it captured the light, and also because it was a slower experience. Something that would allow us to connect more. At first, I didn't think much of it. I started doing the usual posing, switching, posing some more. But something felt different, then I realized what it was. Most of the time, we were just talking. She only took a picture once in a few minutes, if that.
Is that unusual?
Yep, most fashion photographers take dozens of pictures in a row. Yep. I felt a bit sorry for her, to be honest. I thought she didn't know what she was doing, and that she was wasting her money. But we had a great time, and we got kind of friendly, I guess. because at the end of it, she let me use up the remaining exposures. I fooled around, shot some random stuff, and one portrait of her.
So you want to be a photographer?
Then she suggested I come with her to her darkroom. Watch how she developed the pictures and how they came out.
You did always have a fondness for dark places.
Heh, comes with the territory. But as for the pictures, well, they were gorgeous. First of all, I looked really like me, you know, a me I could recognize. But that's not even what stuck with me the most. It's the care she put into processing each frame, working each picture through the chemical baths, hanging them, drying them. It was like watching a magic ritual. And her portrait, when she saw it, she got a bit emotional. She said she was used to being on the other side of the camera, and it was the first time she really liked the portrait someone took of her. I'm in a weird place these days. It's not like me to tell these kinds of tales.
You sound like you want to be a photographer with an
to
old
launch,
camera.
Or to launch into soppy monologues, really. I think he just wants to slow down.
Yeah.
That's what he keeps saying, right?
I wish Lua wouldn't smoke.
Yeah. Just forget it.
No, I think it's a beautiful story. And it gives me an idea. It gives me another idea, I think, of another career for you. Please share, Lua. You'll be doing both of us a solid.
Gala, you know Gala is a true friend.
Yeah.
Because it's just no fucks to give.
Yeah.
Go on, then.
Well, maybe it's because I've looked at so many of them recently. But apparently, film is making a big comeback for wedding pictures. It's what you said. It captures the light beautifully. And it's more personal. It's a more personal, slower approach. Maybe you could try that?
Who, me?
No, the other vampire is looking for a new line of work. I love Gala so much.
I think you got the wrong guy here, Lua. I know I'm disgustingly sentimental these days, but I'm not that far gone. Attending one wedding gives me cavities, let alone several per month.
Oh well, forget about it then. No, don't forget about it at all. It'll be perfect for you. Come on, Hyde. I know you like to play strong and sarcastic, but you are sentimental. And you love to chat people up. You'll solve all the bridesmaids' drama and offend the parents. But most importantly, you do something for these people that they'll never forget. They'll look at your pics their whole lives. Oops. If that's not leaving a mark, I don't know what is.
Oh, he's right. You're assuming they won't get divorced. For fuck's sake, Hyde.
Sigh.
I don't know if this is the right topic for Miss Lua.
It's alright. I know some marriages end in divorce, but that doesn't change anything, does it? Whether a marriage lasts for a few months or several decades, the wedding is still an unforgettable moment in someone's life.
That career in the mafia is really looking up.
You're hopeless. I'm falling asleep in my chair now, so I'm gonna head back. Do whatever you want, you thick-skulled vampire. Just don't stay out too late, okay? Oh my god, they're totally married. Yeah, alright.
That's
What
me.
I see. This is my cue as well. I have some thinking to do. And maybe some talking. Thanks again, Hyde. And good luck. Hope your next adventure is a good one.
It will be. Good night, Lua.
Good night, Philly Dan. See you later.
Good night, you two. Or you can be Hyde now. Unless somebody else walks in.
Here we go again. Last one sitting.
Indeed, proper night owls.
You didn't say anything about that wedding photographer idea. It's ridiculous, right? Look at his finger.
Yeah, that's not for me to say, but I wouldn't call it ridiculous. It sounds like you enjoyed the whole film photography experience. And you do like being around people, don't you?
To eat them? I
Oh,
do.
he's vegan.
Alright, I do sometimes, but I'm not a romantic. People get married, they think they're taking a first step into forever. Well, there's no such thing as forever.
Says the immortal guy.
Everyone ends up disappointed in some ways, and the next thing you know... I don't want to sound too depressing.
So you don't believe in love?
Of course I do, but only in a certain kind. You can choose to keep supporting someone to enjoy their company. You can do that for years with friends, family, lovers. But at the end of the day, you're still you, a separate person. And they're still them. There's no two souls becoming one, not really. I know. The one time I tried it, it didn't really work out.
You tried it one time and so therefore it doesn't exist? For fuck's sake.
I think maybe he literally tried to merge his soul with somebody. So I just noticed like behind, there's the picture of the girl. She looks ridiculous.
Oh, Rachel. Yeah. Because it's a, yeah. And there's also, I noticed there's a golem up top, yeah. But do you regret trying?
No, I guess I don't. I confirm for me that marriage and the like is never going to be my thing. And there's freedom in knowing that about myself. It's given me space to build other relationships that work better. But at the same time, when I see people who truly believe it, people who walk into it willing to share their lives so closely, even if for most of them it won't pan out, there's something beautiful there. Like watching a butterfly too close to a flame. Butterfly fly too close to a flame.
Not a butterfly. Too close.
Or a flower bloom like it will never wilt.
Hold on. I'll sit on here. Okay.
Well, in my case, I singed off my wings, but I'm still here. And on that day, for that minute when I said we'll be together forever and meant it, I sure felt alive.
If you know all that, then you must also know that it's something worth celebrating. And something worth helping other people celebrate.
You're a tricksy one, Philly Dan. And I'm too tired to fight your logic. Which means it's time for me to head back.
Of course, Mr. Hyde. And I meant to say I appreciate our one-to-one chats. I hope we can keep providing you with a comfortable space here.
Oh, it's plenty comfortable, for sure. Besides, well, it all boils down to this, doesn't it? The way time passes for me is very different from anyone else I know. Thank goodness Gala is from a long-living species. But even then, he'll grow old before I do, eventually. The world will change 100 times. Technologies will die, new technologies will come. I will feel again the way I feel now in the century, maybe too. And Lua and Gala won't be around to give me advice. The world won't wait for me. But you will, am I right, Philly Dan?
Yeah, see, so we're making it more, yeah. So whatever we are, it's also some kind of like long-living creature, yeah. And we are very coy about this. Like even when Silver at the end of the previous game, we were very coy with him as well. That is very perceptive of you, Mr. Hyde.
Hey, you've grown to know me quite well. It's only fair that I know you a little in return.
I suppose that's true.
So anyway, I'm looking forward to that. To continuing our story. It's nice to know that no matter how much time passes, there's always going to be someone here rooting for me.
Thank you for your trust, Mr. Hyde. We will make sure it's not misplaced.
We will?
He always refers, yeah.
I know you will. And on that note, I guess I'm going to browse for some film cameras. What's the worst that can happen?
Indeed.
Take care of yourself, friend.
And you as well. Hold on, before I press that, we have more things here to go look
Tomoda, chill!
Okay, so, guess where I am, because sure as hell I don't know. Ha ha ha. I think Lucas is drunk. He had a dinner with his team, yeah. So I don't know what that thing is, but it's hilarious, yeah. And then Riona says, "Are you lost?" Oh, she replied to him. Where's MVL's coffee? Are you making it, MVL? Welcome, by the way. And you as well. The world won't wait for you, Mr. Hyde. But some of us will.
It's probably a time travel, huh?
Yeah, so that
like
seemed to be what Silver intimated before. Because like I said, it's almost like so at the end of the previous game, if you play through it twice, Silver cottons on to the fact that this is the second time you're playing it, or not the first time at any rate, and sort of like makes reference to that. And then at the very end, there's like a secret, quote unquote, secret ending where a silver comes out and says it. Like, you've done this before, you know what's going to happen.
I remember, I was there for that one.
So yeah, it's like a time traveler or someone who's lived through all this multiple times, like some kind of, you know, I don't know, like a god or something. Yeah. Thursday, September 28th, 2023. Some kind of mythological being.
Well, it's an interesting way of what's the word, like using the game mechanic to give. Yeah. Because we have played it before. Because we need to get the
we need to get all the trophies.
The trophies.
New image recognition tech confuses gnomes with dwarves. A review. Oh, racist tech. What? Racist image recognition tech?
Robots asked to give ultimate advice.
Elven burnout is real. Here's how to avoid it.
Why is it only elven burnout?
Alright, let's start the day. Good evening. Who's coming? Who is it? It's Officer.
Officer, welcome.
Now, hold on, let me do this real quick.
Again?
Well, it's a new day. We gotta get them before they disappear. Whoops. It's okay. Rachel says, a girl always has her secrets. Lucas says, top of the morning to y'all. Hungover but feeling awesome? Question mark.
Hi, Lucas.
Myrtle. We haven't seen Myrtle and Aqua in a long time. Just spent almost 2 hours checking on the mobile games in the App Store. The amount of copycat games is just staggering. Preach it, sister! No delivery today. We'll resume tomorrow, Riona says. And Riona only has me. One like. Just me. Okay. Okay, so are you Feely Dan and I'll be Officer... Okay. Hey, Feely Dan.
How are you doing? Officer?
Oh. Heh, sorry. My mind is kind of elsewhere right now.
No worries. Work issues?
What else?
I'm all ears if you want to chat.
Heh, you're a pal. I'm in a real bind, Feely Dan.
What happened?
Well, never-ending workplace issues aside, things are getting weirder by the minute, and I'm feeling out of my depth.
Are you talking about your recent patrols?
Have you seen ghosts now? Yeah. I've been analyzing the CCTV footage the last couple of days.
Oh, I see. How did that go? Did the cameras manage to capture anything?
Yes and no. The infrareds caught a couple of blurry things. They ran off, turned a corner, and disappeared. Could have been anything, like rats or cats. But neither fits with what I heard on the scene. The footsteps, you know, the laughter. Heh. Come to think of it, it sounded more like giggles.
Giggles. Can werebeasts giggle?
Not at that size, no. Heh. Even if they could, it doesn't explain the footsteps, really.
I see. So what's next?
I have some ideas, but they're just wild theories at this point. In short, I'm stumped. You know, Feely Dan, I've been racking my brain ever since Miss Riona dropped that bomb about the fairies, you see.
Oh, what about them?
As it turns out, fairies was an umbrella term for many types of beings. Anything that didn't fit the known physical rules at the time was to be referred to as such.
Oh.
Yeah, it sounds pretty racist.
Does that mean that banshees were part of the fairy folk?
Heh, probably. Not anymore, though. It's an ongoing process, but the list is getting shorter. But back then, any sentient being that was even remotely incomprehensible was considered that. And that includes apparitions.
Apparitions?
Yes. Apparitions like...
His face.
Yep. Ghosts. That's a good face.
Ghosts?
Ghosts.
I see.
What do you mean I see? His shoulders.
Eh?
Doesn't it sound like a bad joke to you?
I'm not sure I follow.
Bud, come on. Ghosts don't exist. Do they? Because if they do, all I can think about is that damn tree now.
Right. The tree.
Does that mean it's haunted?
It could be.
Heck. Don't get how you can be so calm about this.
Huh? Well, why wouldn't I be? I mean, there have been all sorts of customers here. Some of them are so out of this world even. Sometimes literally.
You're right. I guess you're
guess-
not the one who's being weird here.
Don't say that. Everyone has their own picadillos.
Yeah.
Picadillos.
True that.
If you don't mind telling me though, may I ask the reason you're so afraid of ghosts?
Gosh, no. That's a long story. Not something I'm ready to talk about anyway.
That's understandable.
All you need to know is my fear was never caused by actual ghosts.
Oh?
Suggestion is a very powerful thing, Feely Dan. But that's all I'm willing to share, for now.
Aw. Okay, thanks for sharing.
You know, it's funny. My grandpapa was very into this stuff. So is my daughter. They're like my opposites, very curious and fascinated by the unknown. Not that I'm not, mind you. It's just with my time as a cop and all, unknown variables usually mean trouble.
I see, that makes sense.
They're the kind of people who could see things from nothing. And I mean that in the best way possible. Like, you know the Zen rock garden thing from Japan? They understand the zenness of it. I don't, but that doesn't stop me from thinking it's chill, you know?
I think you've almost got it.
Yeah. But I'm sure he and my daughter could talk about it for hours. Too bad he passed away before she was born.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Don't be. On that note, Feely Dan, you've seen my lighter, right?
I'd say I'm pretty well acquainted with it now, yes.
My bad. That thing was originally my grandpop's. He bought it sometime after the war ended. It was to commemorate the upcoming new era, he said. In more ways than one. He got honorably discharged due to a severe leg injury he'd never be able to recover from. At the time, he was living right across the street from the former town hall. For obvious reasons, he couldn't walk far. So it was a good location for him with all the veteran support nearby and all.
Right.
Now, about that street. You see, my grandpapa liked to chat. Never liked being alone, that guy. Plus, he pretty much hated his bleak room. So sometimes he'd go and hang out with the street vendors in front of his place. There were all kinds of beings there, along with their pets from all walks of life. That's why he had a lot of stories about the craziest things.
Ah, I see.
So it's the same place, right? It's the old town hall, where the tree was and everything, and the market. You see, the street's name just came to my mind last night. Can you take a guess what it is?
You mean...
Bourne Street. Uh-huh. It wasn't called that before. That's why the whole thing didn't click for me straight away. But I went through his files and it checks out.
Does that mean the vendors he was talking about?
Bingo. And you know what? He bought the lighter there.
Wow, what a coincidence.
It's almost as if somebody wrote it to be that way. Are you sure it's only a coincidence?
What do you mean?
Come on. Ain't no way they're just coincidences, Feely Dan.
It's convenient for the author.
Everything is lining up too perfectly, if you ask me.
His face again.
Yeah.
Eh? Uh-oh.
Think about what's happened so far. It was my team that found out about the vandalism before they dumped the whole case on me. Then my car was hit out of everyone's.
Right.
Then my luck started tanking. The broken mug, the fan, the black hat. Just tons of weird stuff happening in the past week alone, you see.
Right.
Then one thing led to another. My team was chosen to lead the investigation. And tell me, who's in charge of the case? Me. Then there's the Banshee lady, your patron, with some information I wouldn't have thought of. The dead tree stuff, the fairy market. Information I wouldn't even have remembered on my own.
Right.
And now we know why I kept on losing my lighter, right?
Why?
How are they not connected? Tell me.
Well, if you list them all in order like that,
I'm telling you, Philly Dan, that place is calling for me. The case is made for me. But they really picked the wrong guy. I'm just real bad at dealing with spooks. They make me question everything I've ever known, you know?
and I've always thought you're pretty good at handling ambiguity, officer.
Not when it comes to supernatural stuff. Because we don't know enough about what's real and what's not. What will they do? Will they hurt us? Do they bring bad luck? Good luck? What's the truth? Who knows?
Maybe you should take a day off and catch up on your sleep.
Huh? What's that?
No, nothing. You know, another patron of mine suggested a documentary to watch.
Yeah?
The focus was on interesting drinks from around the world. You could find everything from the mundane to the extreme. From local comforts to really special stuff. And I kept thinking one particular drink might interest you.
Oh?
It is something like a protection drink. It's made of coffee, honey, lemon, and a slew of other ingredients.
Huh. Protecting from what, though?
From evil spirits and bad luck, I think. Maybe it'll help ease your mind a bit?
Ah, gotcha. But Philly Dan, that's still me. Even if the whole situation is, haunted, there shouldn't be any evil spirits. Right?
I wouldn't know. But I might need your lighter.
What for?
Well, the drinks need to be lit up. Oh! I just think your lighter might give it the extra magic boost it needs. Compared to just using a regular flame, I mean.
Huh, what are you going to make me anyway? Nah, I trust you. Here. Okay, well, don't forget it. We'll put it back on the thing. It exudes an interesting feel. Okay, then make me this magical drink you've learned, Feely Dan. Alright, so coffee.
Honey.
Lemon.
Let me see what it's called.
It'll pop up here unless I messed it up. Unless it should be lemon honey. Ah, it's called the queimada.
Oh, it's fire too.
Yeah, and let me give him back his lighter. Oh, wow. The drink does light up, huh?
Yep, this is special just for you. So don't tell anybody.
Roger that.
Here you go. Oof. Careful.
Dang, Philly Dan. This is really something else. You sure it's okay to drink?
I have no idea. Well, I'll take responsibility if anything happens.
Ha! Heh. I'm just being silly, aren't I? Sorry for bothering you with all this stuff, Philly Dan. You even made me this crazy drink to make me feel better.
Oh, don't say that. I'm always happy to help however I can.
Thanks. Man. At least with crooks, you can actually deal directly with them, you know? Not the case with apparitions. Oh, not with that attitude.
Oh. Who's there?
I don't know. I got
It's
a
at the
trophy.
side, right?
Yeah.
Huh?
Oh shit! It's the Dark Side Detective. He's from a different game that I've played. That everything can be caught with a little elbow grease. I forget his name. Not actual elbow grease. I won't make that mistake again. So in his game, it's a point-and-click adventure, and they're like self-contained mysteries. So you play as him. But it's all very pixelated. It's like 8-bit pixels. Excuse me. You right?
I didn't realize there was actual fruit in this drink.
Oh. Ah, McQueen. McQueen? You right? Is that you?
Hello, Williams. It's been a while.
Huh, it is you. The surprises just keep coming this week.
Let me go over there.
You know each other? Oh, that should be you, sorry.
You know each other?
More or less. We were brunch buddies.
Brunch buddies?
Brunch buddies.
I feel like I meant to say brunch buddies in the same serious tone. But I don't like to talk about it. I still get nightmares.
I feel ya. I wasn't sure we were going to make it out alive.
We were truly the lucky ones.
Without a doubt.
I'll just take both your words for it. Good. Because I don't like to talk about it.
So what brings you here, detective? Surely it's not the coffee.
Secret police reasons. I've not read the briefing yet. But enough about me. Tell me about your supernatural problems. He looks a bit like Constantine.
Yeah,
in his
yeah.
dress.
So like in his game, all the
Cases?
mysteries are supernatural.
Oh.
Like that's a thing that just happens in the game. It's called Dark Side. There's a sequel now. Yeah, Dark Side Detective. Hold on. There's a Tomoda show. Do you know why the satyrs from France are more musical than ones from America? Because they have French horns. Sorry, not sorry. Okay, Lucas.
Just a little bit racist, but okay.
Muppet. I mean, he's a satyr, so he gets to say it, right? This spell-laden, alcohol-imbued Galician drink is known to ward off evil spirits. Just look at it. So I may have had this when I was in Spain. Sorry. Okay, so how many drinks do we have left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good lord. Teas, we have 1, 2. Only 2 teas. Green teas, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hot chocolate, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Blue, we have none. We've made them all. Hibiscus, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. And milk drinks, we have 1, 2, 3, 4.
I want an STMJ.
Okay. Alright. That was all. Yeah?
You need to bust the ghost?
Oh. Well, busting might be a bit much. I was just talking to Philia about getting over my fear of that stuff.
And ghost.
Something like that. I'm weak against ghostly looking stuff. I get freaked out easily. For example, I admit I got a little spooked by what happened on Bourne Street the other day.
Ah, I remember that.
Heh. I know very well that unchecked fear leads to prejudice. That's why it's a no-no in my book. It even pains me to admit that out loud.
Sometimes the toughest case to crack is ourselves.
Alright, thanks, McQueen.
Other times it's ghosts.
How do you do it, detective? Your cases, man. I'd have probably lost all my hair by now if I were you.
I try not to think about it all that much. And when I do think about it, I think, who else would do it? Would do it. Nobody, that's who.
Yeah, that makes sense.
He needs a drink, right?
Yeah.
You know, once you get over the dead part, they're just like you and me. Look, I remember this one case. We were investigating a haunted apartment. This lady, her husband had recently passed away but wasn't moving on, if you get my drift. Real deadbeat, couldn't take a hit. Anyway, we had to go in and exorcise the place, right? But the husband, he caught wind and he retreated into the basement. I won't get into the technicalities of it, but it's harder to get a ghost out of a basement or an attic. It's all about angles, really. Really? Okay. I mean, I get it. That used to be his home. All his stuff is still there. It's hard. I get that. So I'm slowly going down the stairs to try and coax him out. Bam! Next minute, all this romantic music is playing, and the whole place is lit by a spotlight. Basic sensory illusions, classic ghost tricks. Then, before I knew what hit me, I'm sitting down at this pottery wheel. He's behind me, and wait, isn't this the plot of the 1990 film Ghost? Oh, maybe. We had a movie night at work and I dozed off before it started. The story must have slipped into my subconscious.
Riveting. Hilarious.
Oh, who's coming?
Oh!
Hey, detective.
This might be the other cop.
He looks exactly like him.
I think this is the cop from his game. I should do this guy
Okay.
because you're already doing McQueen and Philly Dan. Hey, detective. Hey, people I don't know.
Did you get your important errand sorted?
I sure did. Yeah, Dooley.
Dooley, I can see crumbs stuck to your face.
That's just the rain. It's very bready rain.
It's filling over all your top. There's filling over all your top.
Try that again.
There's filling all over your top.
There you go.
I was stretching my like shoulder muscles.
That's blood from a gunshot wound. It's healed up though.
You're literally holding receipt from the donut shop.
That's why they pay you the big bucks, detective. So what'd I miss?
We're talking about getting rid of Officer William's fear of ghosts.
Hey. Ghosts?
You're afraid of them, right, Dooley?
No idea. Never met one.
We stopped the ghost riot.
Ghosts aren't real. So you don't need to be scared of them. Easy.
There you go, I guess. Sorry that wasn't much help.
Nah. What you said, that they're just like us, that's a good thing to be reminded of.
Exactly, they used to be alive just like us. As long as they don't try to eat, possess, violently murder you, you should be fine.
Very reassuring.
Just talk to them. Feel their culture, listen to their issues and spectral wails. Treat them like any other person. See what's on the inside.
Which should be easy since you can see through them. I thought you didn't believe in ghosts.
It's best not to... Oh, wait, it's you. No, it's
you.
me. It's best not to overthink anything he says.
I certainly don't. Ha, well, thanks for the advice. I think it'll help.
Our pleasure. Now, Dooley, I think we should read that case briefing and find out why we're here.
I already did.
Oh?
Turns out we were meant to arrest the person driving that taxi.
Instead of?
Instead of taking it all the way to Seattle, yes.
Why?
The driver was a chupacabra. Chupacabra. Oh my god.
Groan. Okay, let's get out of here, Dooley. Good luck, officer. No drinks for you?
Thanks, McQueen. A lot. You too, Officer Dooley. Bye, guy. Good luck with your rat problem or whatever. Bye, coffee wizard. Take care. Yeah, sorry. So yeah, they just came to cameo from a different game.
That was quite something.
Well, what do you know, Feely Dan? Looks like my good luck is back. I'm feeling like $1 million now.
I'm very glad you do.
Thanks anyway, Feely Dan.
I really did nothing much. Are you gonna be okay?
Okay enough to start thinking about what to do next.
Oh no!
Have you spilled everything?
No. You continue.
So yes, you have spilled everything?
No. I haven't like first.
Okay. I'm done here for the night. You have a good evening, alright? Please keep me updated, officer, and stay safe.
Nothing came out.
Will do. Felicia says nothing came out as she searches the entire floor. Alright then. Maybe I'll go check the stock and... Oh, someone's coming in. And then back out.
Oh.
Oh no, it's Riona. Miss Riona, welcome. Hello. How's the traffic out there? It's a mess. There is construction work taking place on Leonora Avenue. Oof. I can imagine the gridlock already. Fortunately, I have no deliveries to make today. That's great. I'm happy you're here. So, anything I can make for you this evening? I'd like something for my throat. I would appreciate a cup of tea infused with some lemon and a touch of honey.
So, tea, lemon, then honey.
Yes. Tea, lemon, honey. Is this not the same thing we made?
No, it's not tea, honey, lemon, I think.
No, it's the same. It is. Midsummer Night's Dream. Yeah. A cup of warm Midsummer Night's Dream for you, miss. That's what we call it here. How whimsical.
Whimsical.
It's wonderful. We don't have anything in our... Oops. Oh.
Tomodachi.
That's Rihanna. Singer, groover, part-time. Oh, that's the Uber. But what I wanted to check was... Okay, we don't have anything. Sweet, but well balanced with the lemon, and the slight bitterness of the tea completes the taste. Thank you. You're so very welcome. By the way, you just missed Officer Georgie by a few seconds. Is that so?
I can be Riona.
Okay. How is he? He's been thinking about what you said quite a bit, actually.
Oh?
He's currently dealing with plenty of clues he isn't used to.
Hi, El.
Hey, El.
That's why he's hard. No, wait. That's you.
That's why he's hard at work at the moment.
I see. Would you mind doing me a favor?
Oh? What do you need?
Could you give my contact information to him? We connected via Bluetooth last time, so...
Oh? An email address and phone number are written on it, belonging to Riona Sheeran. A piece of a blue card with an email address and a phone number written on it. Yes, we know that. Okay, now we have something in mind. Okay, everybody don't forget that's there.
What I said a few days ago might have been a bit overwhelming. It is possible that I spoke more than was necessary. All because I couldn't help but feel a pang of bitterness knowing what happened to the tree.
That's me. That's entirely understandable, though.
But it is not my intention to interfere with his work. As such, if he requires any assistance, please do let me know. It's the least I could do, as I realized there could be plenty of difficulty obtaining information. Oh, I mean, because Officer Georgie is a human. And we semi-physical beings have our own way of sharing information, such as...
As such?
As such.
I understand what you mean.
Okay. I just don't wish to incriminate anything or anyone.
It's fine, I get it.
I'm glad.
Wait, what the fuck was that?
Yeah, right?
Is there a ghost there? I'd say you've already helped him out in more ways than one.
Sorry, did you say something? I was zoning out a little.
No, nothing. I'll pass this off to him. What the fuck was that?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Night traffic aside, how are you?
I'm... To be honest, I've had a lot on my mind of late. I don't know how to express it without sounding pathetic.
You know I'm all ears.
Hehehe. That may actually be part of the problem, I am afraid. She doesn't use contractions?
Pardon?
You know. No, she does.
No, she does.
I've held conversations with more individuals over the past week than I have in the past few years.
Is that a good or a bad thing?
It's troubling.
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
I don't mean it necessarily in a negative way. It's just, I used to believe that I had a settled life objective. But I have been but I've been doubting it lately.
How come?
I finally heard back from Miss Rachel yesterday.
Ooh, any good news?
No. Our fields are admittedly quite different, so I wasn't expecting much. However, she provided me with some contacts who may be of assistance. Even though they had no direct connection to the audience I'm trying to reach.
I see.
She explained clearly why she thinks I should contact them, however, which I'm thankful for.
That's very thoughtful of her. So, what's the battle plan? And why are you doubting yourself?
Oh no! We need another one. Everything is dropping today.
I could have done that, you know. And why are you doubting yourself?
In essence, the advice is to slowly increase my network to make myself known. Oh?
Oh?
Sounds familiar, doesn't it? You can probably guess my concern about it.
I think so, but you could give me a refresher. Just so I don't misunderstand.
I feel like that would be a shortcut, so to speak. I don't understand her logic here.
I really don't either. Right.
She did, however, remind me of an important and humbling fact.
What would that be?
Well, Oh, but it's not guaranteed you'll get anything out of it, don't you think? Unless you're really, really sure the so-called shortcut is 100% going to work. Because you have to do way, way more than just making a few calls and waiting for callbacks, you know.
I'd say that's a decent impression of her.
Thank you. After that, she told me a story about her early career experiences, both the good and the bad. Getting noticed is truly only the beginning. Then it is either a matter of letting your talent speak for you, or you go out there to develop connections with the right people. Even then, there's still no guarantee of success. After listening to her explanation, I respect Miss Rachel's determination. I can certainly see how it worked out for her. But then I was left wondering whether Mr. Lucas meant something similar during our first meeting.
Right. I thought it all sounded familiar. Will you try her suggestion then?
I don't know.
Is it difficult?
No more difficult than sending reels to every audition I've come across. And being rejected by every single one. But for some reason, I feel conflicted about it. Speaking of Mr. Lucas, he and I also have continued our correspondence. Although perhaps it was more like a necessity.
Did something happen?
He was stuck.
Pardon?
Actually, he posted about it on social media last night.
Oh? I might have seen it. I did see it.
Did you? I came across it when I was updating my schedule and responded out of concern. Then he called me almost immediately. He was loud.
All sounds in order?
And extremely drunk.
Really?
He denied it at first. But it was too obvious not to notice. He told me he was walking aimlessly, deep in thought, and entered Carey Park without realizing he had done so.
Must have been some deep thinking he was doing, because I think it rained pretty hard last night.
Well, I wouldn't know. The bus to and from there is currently not operating after 10 p.m. Which is why I sent him a message informing him of that fact, as he seemed to be unaware of it.
Right.
So he called me to ask if there was any other mode of public transit nearby.
Wouldn't it have been easier for him to just call a cab?
He told me he wanted to know the city better.
At midnight?
Why not? After all, you operate your business after dark yourself.
Touché. Perhaps he just didn't want to go home yet. And I might be mistaken here, but I thought he doesn't like drinking.
Wasn't it partying? Nevertheless, I think last night was quite different.
Mm-hmm.
It appeared he had dinner with his team, and he needed the extra courage in order to negotiate with them about his proposed new direction.
Oh. I see. I suppose it didn't go as expected.
Perhaps. And I know that feeling all too well.
Miss?
However, he said he will keep negotiating until they reach a compromise.
That's good.
Is it though? Ooh, there's lightning.
Yep.
Miss Rachel told me about the hoops she had to jump through at the beginning of her career with her teammates as well. Likewise, Mr. Lucas has to work hard to obtain approval for his team for his actions. How can they still be so positive?
What do you mean?
I just cannot picture myself convincing others to give me a chance like that. I almost wanted to ask, why do we have to be at the mercy of others in order to succeed or fail? Can't talent speak for itself?
Alas, that is not how the world works.
It kind of bugs me a little. But if I truly believe that, with the number of rejections I have received so far, I would have stopped a long time ago, shouldn't I?
I should have.
I should have, right?
Right, that's why it doesn't work that way.
What do you mean?
To let talent speak for itself, we would all have to have the same standards.
I see what you mean. Art would cease to be art if it was standardized, wouldn't it? However, doesn't that imply that everything still depends on the whims of the individual judging you at the moment?
Yeah.
How does someone like Miss Rachel and Mr. Lucas manage to be fine with that?
Perhaps because they don't see it as the be-all and end-all.
What do you mean?
Rather than viewing them as judges with the authority to determine their fates, perhaps they simply see them as hills to either overcome or avoid, if that makes sense. Hey, Eugene.
Hi, Eugene.
Just a matter of perspective as to where the power lies.
But it's not easy to climb those hills, especially if you've never done it before.
Therefore, it's good to try and find out what works for you, or ask for guidance, or assistance even. They're not shortcuts, Riona.
Because one can't possibly know every single way to overcome obstacles. Or be able to safely recognize warning signs without first learning about them from others. Is that what you're trying to say? I see. Still.
Miss
Yes,
Riona?
Ah, yes. Sorry, I got a bit lost in my thoughts.
You're fine, I promise. But speaking of Mr. Lucas, what happened to him after the call?
I picked him up and drove him home.
Whoa. But I thought you're located in Bellevue.
I am. But I still had unfinished business in the downtown area. However, he appeared... Moreover, he suddenly began singing quite loudly near the end of our call. Which led me to conclude that it would be best for me to go and fetch him.
I see. How was his singing, in your opinion?
It wasn't too bad. If not for the fact he was screaming most of the lyrics, that is.
Welp.
His hoodie was soaked when I arrived, so he had to take it off before getting to my car. Thankfully, the water did not completely soak through to his shirt, so he remained relatively dry. However, I still had to lay down the seat covers as his fur got rather wet.
Ah. Hope he didn't get sick then.
I should go now.
Alright, will you be okay?
I have a lot to think about. Thank you for being patient with my concerns, Philly Dan.
No problem at all, anytime. Wow, you would have gotten, like, skewered if Hyde had been here.
She's very precious. Philly.
Yeah.
Have a good evening then, Philly Dan.
Come back again soon.
Hyde and Gala might be my two favorite.
Well, I wish we'd see more of Myrtle and Aqua, because they're quite...
I haven't seen them in a
Yeah,
while.
they came, like the second day or something. They haven't shown up since.
A cup for those longing for deep slumber.
Yeah. It's called Bedchamber, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a hot chocolate drink, I think. Friday, September 29th, 2023. Alien sightings increase. Is this an invasion? At least it's pretty. Researcher responds over alleged algae invasion.
What?
Dwarfira Tech teams up with Golemix Industries to produce self-healing concrete technology. That's Bailey's. Why are we looking over here? Hey,
Yeah.
You want to be Bailey's?
Oh, you can be Bailey's.
Hold on. Before we get to Bailey's.
Why is Bailey's at the side?
Yeah, I don't know. It's really weird, right? You want to know where I got all my awesome sunglasses? Check out my good sponsor here. Been working with them for eons, and I always love their stuff, but y'all know that already. Ad. Lucas on -sunnies. They are good sunglasses, to be perfectly honest. Riona says, normal schedule. And Aqua says, I'm very lucky to have people who's with me no matter what, and I won't take it for granted. Alright. Okay. Are we broken? Knock knock, anyone there?
Mr. Baileys, hi. I'm sorry I didn't hear you come in. How are you tonight?
I'm alright. But you look pretty distracted. A penny for your thoughts?
Ah, you can have them for free. I was just pondering the hidden side of things. How different the world is under the surface compared to what we think it is. Nothing and no one is exactly what they appear to be. Ooh.
Funny, I was having similar thoughts on my way here. I guess now that we spend so much time on social media, people believe we can be summed up in a picture or a sentence. But it's not like that. It's not that easy to know someone.
Even if that someone is yourself. Yourself.
Especially if that someone is yourself.
Hey, sounds like we agree on this.
We sure do. And it's been on my mind a lot. In the past few days.
Does that have anything to do with your wedding to Miss Lua?
Got it in one.
How are things on that front?
A few days ago, we decided to take some time apart to think. Whoa.
That sounds ominous.
No, I don't mean it like that. It wasn't a breakup or even a break.
Phew.
We've been through so much. There's no walking back on our relationship now. But sometimes you're so together that you lose sight of the big picture, you know? Oh, sorry, that's you.
I think I see what you mean.
So we decided to give each other a bit of space and figure out what we really want out of our wedding. And more importantly, out of our marriage.
I see. Have you made any progress on that front?
Do you want the short version or the long version?
I'm always here for the full story.
Alright then, I'm going to tell you everything. But I think I should order first.
Sure thing. What can I make you tonight?
I'm not feeling fussy. Anything warm would do. So anything, really.
Coffee.
Makes
sense. How about some herbal tea then? Herbal? Hibiscus? Butterfly? Pea?
butterfly pea or hibiscus sounds great with milk and honey, please.
Is there one that we haven't done yet?
Yeah, well, not... I think hibiscus, milk, and honey.
Because blue tea, we finish everything, right?
Yeah.
Blue pea.
Oh, we did that one too. Alright.
Serve it.
Here you go. I hope you like it.
Thanks, Philly Dan.
Wait, we switched. I should be at least. Thanks, Billy. That was my bad. This is so nice, and it brings me way back. You know how I'm not really in touch with my family anymore.
Yes, I'm sorry about that.
Don't be. I don't even miss them most of the time. In the end, they're just a random bunch of people. And we don't have very much in common.
It's good you've learned that about yourself, Mr. Baileys.
I think so too. There's just one person I miss, but I've been missing her a while now.
Someone who passed away, I'm guessing?
Exactly. Spot on again, Feely Dan. I used to have a very close relationship with my great-great-aunt. When I was little, my parents fought all the time. I still remember in my bones how that made me feel. The fear that one of them, or both of them, would walk away and abandon me. A bit ironic in hindsight, but then it was many years ago.
Yes, it's quite normal for a little child to care about their parents, no matter who they are or how they behave.
That's true. Anyway, I spent almost all my evenings curled up into a ball in my room, trying hard not to listen to all the shouting. Except when my gran came to visit. Not that her being around prevented the fighting, mind you. Elven high society is amazing at keeping up appearances. Except in front of family. But she got how it made me feel. So she went out of her way to take the sting out of it. She would keep me company and bring me a cup of herbal tea. With milk and honey in it. Drinking this now, with you, it feels a lot like family again.
Sounds like she was a perceptive person.
She truly was the best of them until she got sick.
Oh no, how did that happen? I thought elves don't get sick.
Ah, see, that's a part of elven disinformation. Elves don't get sick with your little run-of-the-mill colds. But they do get big, bad diseases like everyone else. And it's not uncommon for us to die from them. Except there's this assumption in elven society that if you live the right sort of life, you'll pass away peacefully in your bed. So that's what families say most of the time when someone dies. Incidentally, that also means they need to pretend everything is fine until the very last moment. So that's what they did to my aunt. They basically shut her in during her last few weeks.
That sounds really awful.
I did manage to visit her, and she put on a brave face, but it was clear she wasn't happy. But then she wasn't very happy before that either.
At least she had you.
It must have been a little consolation, but yes, I'm glad I was able to be with her. To think I came very close to being trapped with those people. I'm pretty sure she would have hated that for me. A little part of me hopes she'd be proud of me right now.
I'm certain she would be.
Thanks, Philly Dan. Here you are, letting me blab on again.
That's more than fine, but do you think growing up among conflict might explain why things are, well, a bit difficult to work out sometimes between you and Lua?
I definitely think that's part of it. In fact...
Oh?
Is that Lua?
Nope.
Oh, it's Silver.
Oh, hi Silver. Okay, I'm gonna go to the restroom. I'll be back.
And Amanda. Okay, I'll read everybody for now. Good evening. Hi, Philly Dan. And hi, I don't think we've met before. I'm Silver. I'm Bailey. It's nice to meet you. And I'm guessing you're Amanda? We are, but you do not appear to be a hive. How did you... Lua told me she ran into you a week or so ago. Oh, the nice earthling we met on our first night here. That is a satisfactory explanation. And so, are you her date? I'm a little more than that. I'm her fiancé. Truly? Fiancé is a successful outcome of dates with a 0.013p probability. Congratulations on your excellent odds actualization. Thank you. Now, Cafe Offspring, we are wishing for a drink. Cafe Offspring? How did you acquire that new title? Ahem. Alright, sounds like something I shouldn't prod too hard. Never mind me. You were about to order, Amanda? We were. And what we wish for is a memorable parting experience. Ah, I suspected something like that. Last visit in a while, huh? That is accurate. I take it you've completed your research on Earth? Almost. We are quite satisfied with the outcomes of our missions. Amanda's leaving.
She going home?
I think so, yeah. Interesting. That sounds like there's a story there. Also, she called me Cafe Offspring. And then Silver just sort of looked weird. And then I didn't reply properly. And then Bailey's was like, okay, I won't prod into why she called you that.
Cafe Offspring.
Yeah.
Is it? She's like a.
We, us.
We
Yeah.
are an alien.
I don't know what we are. But first, tell me, what sort of experience are you after?
Shall I be Amanda?
Sure.
We wish to have something we have never had before.
It's time to get creative then.
Yes. Take care not to reuse any ingredient you have served us in the past. Oh no.
Oh no. Can we look this up?
Yes.
Because I cannot remember what we have served her in the past. Just be like, what should we serve Amanda on her last day?
What's this one? Oh, we shouldn't look at everything though.
No. Go back up. Go back, back to the previous page. This one. So it tells you, yeah. Oh, what day is it?
29th, I think?
29th September, right?
I think so.
Yes.
Hibiscus.
Hibiscus, milk and milk.
Hibiscus, no.
Alright.
Oh, I have the answer for Silver too.
Hibiscus latte. Do we have anything? Oh, that's for Officer Georgie. Okay. Here you go. Hopefully this tastes new to you. Novelty coefficient does not clear the expected parameters,
Oh.
but... Oh, damn it. Why not? Did we give her a... I don't remember what we gave her the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah. It does not seem very important right now. We wonder why that is the case. You can be silver.
Okay. Are you maybe getting a little emotional, Amanda?
We do not wish to discuss this.
Aw.
Oh, that could be useful, yeah.
I'm gonna be Philly then too?
Yeah, Feely Dan and Silver, and I'll be the other two.
Okay. Anyhow, I trust the agent gave you no more trouble? Wait, who's who now?
You are Silver and Feely Dan.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just Amanda!
I know, but then things got messed
Okay.
up.
That one was quite close, actually. We had a little brush with the authorities, you see.
Yeah, Lua mentioned that. He made her really angry. She was still seething when she came home that night.
Please tell her I'm grateful for that. Well, the agent kept looking into things even after his second visit here. But that's where your help really came in handy, Philly Dan.
My help? Oh, so that's you. Fuck.
My help? See?
Yes, the card that you got off the agent. We asked for help from an associate to run it through the mind you call a computer. Once the contents of the card had been unveiled, we analyzed the language of its communication, which is quite an interesting mix if we may say so. It is roughly 60.0923% syntax and 39.9077% mathematics. We then led a polynomial time attack on its encryption, expressing the ciphertext as...
The point is, Amanda managed to get into the fire system. She obfuscated all mention of any of us or saved beyond recognition. And some totally legitimate orders came in. To send the agent to Europe on an urgent mission. We should last more than long enough for him to forget all about us.
Whoop, that sounds incredible.
It does sound thrilling.
It was a very simple matter of applying hive knowledge.
But as they say, that's great work, Amanda.
What?
Be that as it may. That's great work, Amanda.
We are pleased.
Amanda is amazing. But let's not forget who got the card in the first place. You really helped us there, Philly Dan. Thank you. I'm very glad to hear that and very relieved.
Yes, we have thought on it for a while and we have decided we do not care for that sort of excitement. Not if it makes our siblings so sad.
You've really gotten the hang of emotions now, haven't you, Amanda? Thank you, Offspring. No, it's you.
Oh yeah, thank you, Offspring. If that is the case, we are content. That means our mission is well and truly accomplished. Did you come here specifically to pick up Earthling emotions? No, we came here for the purposes of general Earthling research. But it appears to us now that emotions are one of its most interesting aspects. We will be submitting a, you call it, academic paper. Uncontrolled stimuli and reflexive neural patterns. Deep-level communication in hive versus non-hive species. Wow. That's how you know it's serious research. I don't even understand the title.
Amanda always was the brains in the family. That wasn't your only mission though, Amanda, right? If you're leaving, does that mean... Yes. Paul and I did go out on a date.
Hey! Right, you're looking for love, aren't you?
I am. I was, I think. I think I may have found it. Oh.
Wait, wasn't the first date a really short time ago? Yeah.
Just a couple of days. But I've been waiting for a while and I really think this is it. When I took up this mission from the hive, when I came to Earth, and during this entire process when I changed and changed, what I was hoping was that someone would see me for who I am. And I really think she does.
That's so great, but I'm curious, doesn't being in a hive provide that experience of feeling seen? It does and it does not. And in fact, we hope that that is something our research might improve. The hive sees thoughts and desires honestly, but it is not able to communicate the reasons for those desires. The emotions, as it were. We do not dwell on those, nor will we start to do so in excess. But it seems to us now that they may be worth conveying. At least to some extent.
Yes, what Amanda said is part of it. I was very unaware of my emotions when I first came to Earth, and I was really bad at communicating them clearly to others. In some ways, I still am. It will always be harder for me to grasp them than for most people. But when I started to understand them, I was both fascinated and scared, which is not an uncommon experience, I think.
It's really not. It requires a good deal of courage to look at your emotions honestly.
It certainly requires some time, and even more time to find someone who can look at them with you. Not get scared and take them as they are. Someone who can see you clearly and kindly.
It is a precious thing when that happens, huh? A rare and beautiful thing.
Has that been your experience with Lua?
It definitely has. I almost forgot how much it mattered, too. I'm lucky that I have good friends who reminded me of that.
So does that mean you and Lua found some answers?
Oh, the heck with it. I can't hold my tongue any longer. I'm sorry to interrupt your goodbyes, you guys, but... Dan, I'd like to officially invite you to a little surprise ceremony, which will take place 3 days hence.
Wow, that's some answers indeed.
Yeah. Taking a little time to think really cleared our heads. We had gotten bogged down in the details and our own insecurities, to be honest. So we decided to make it simple again. No fuss, no massive expense, nothing like that. Just us and our closest family members, whether we got them at birth or chose them ourselves.
Aw. I am very touched, Mr. Baileys. Maybe you can stop calling him Mr. Baileys.
Ah, come on, Dan. You know you mean a lot to the two of us, as does this place. Speaking of which...
I also have Hyde.
Oh, okay.
Right. No, still you.
Yeah, I also have Hyde's invitation here. A special invitation card for certain someone. Okay, gotta give that to Hyde. Well, Hyde and Gala's invitation, seeing how that's his obvious +1. Would you give it to them when you see them?
It will be an honor.
Silver and Amanda, I don't have a card for you, but you're in the cafe family as well, so I'm sure Lua won't mind. Would you like to join us for the party?
A party?
A party?
Or as you?
This is our first experience being invited to a party. It is 99.999% pleasant and 0.001% disappointing that we have to refuse.
Yes, I truly appreciate the offer, Baileys. But sadly, we're leaving Seattle tomorrow. Really? That's more sudden than I expected. Are you going to move back to space then, Amanda? Are you going back to space then, Amanda?
Where did you see moving?
I was thinking it's like they're moving, so I added it in.
Not yet. We are going on an adventure. That sounds very exciting.
It really is. Amanda and I are taking a trip through the country. And maybe even a bit further if we've got time. We're basically going to be tourists.
Wait, what about Pearl? Tourist is such a fascinating concept. Although our sibling explained it to us multiple times, we still find it very hard to comprehend. We always thought that traveling must have a mission, a purpose. But it seems that tourism is traveling with no other purpose than traveling. True. Which is in essence circular reasoning. Hey, it may well be, but it's still a lot of fun. In fact, I'd say that that's the real purpose of tourism. To have fun, to relax, to see beautiful things. To enjoy life, you know? Enjoyment as a purpose. That is new to us, but we are 99.99% excited to try it out.
And so am I. I've never been out of Seattle since I arrived. I guess I was afraid I wouldn't be able to blend in. That I would have to restart everything from scratch. But knowing that you're here, Dan, that I'll always have a place to return to where I'll feel home, well, that makes me a lot less nervous. I'm very happy to hear that. Aw. I think I should order a drink. Of course.
Of course. What can I... Oh, yeah, sorry. That's you.
What can I make you? I liked it to reflect the spirit of our upcoming adventure. But I'm also in the mood for something sweet and soothing. So sweet and soothing, but with an adventurous kick. Yes, that's exactly right. How about some hot chocolate with something extra to make it fun? I love that. Hot chocolate with some sweetness and some spice would be amazing. You can guess this.
Hot chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
With some sweetness.
Mm-hmm.
Honey.
Mm-hmm.
And ginger.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sure, huh?
Mm.
Okay. Oh, it has a little spaceship.
Oh yeah.
299.792.458.
So Amanda's, right? We couldn't have followed this because they don't know what we would have given her.
Right.
Before. Right. I forgot about that.
Yeah. Here's a 299.792.458 for a light speed traveler. Is that the... No, that... Oh, maybe it is. Maybe it's 299, comma. Because it looks... At the moment, it looks like a... Not a URL. What do you call it? The number addresses. I forget what they're called.
No, it's supposed to be a dot.
Yeah. I don't know. Wait, that's not... Wait, what is it? Favorite things, punk. Been listening to Pumpkin Spice since I was a wee lad. What I'm doing with my life. Skipping bloodlines, experiencing life one color at a time. One day I will have my own solo exhibition. Right, so we know everything there is to know about Baileys now. Okay. And then the new drink is the... Yeah. Fast to make, fast to drink, and the best start to a light year guided adventures. Okay. Oh, we like this name. It is evocative and adventurous. Evocative? Yes. Oh. It is a speed of light, not evocative of great adventures. It is a speed of light. Yeah. So it's supposed to be. I think it's that because the European way to do the commas between numbers is the period. So maybe that's why they did it that way. The speed of light. Oh wow. Way to target your audience, Feely Dan.
Hey, thank you. But do you like the taste, Silver? I love it. This is exactly what I wanted. You got the spicy kick with ginger to start with, which keeps you on your toes, and then the honey makes it sweet and comfortable. In fact, it reminds me of you, Amanda.
How does the taste remind you of us? I guess he's saying that you're sweet, but with a strong character as well.
That's about right.
We do not entirely comprehend it, and yet we are pleased.
All that's settled then. Whenever you miss Amanda, Silver, you can come here, I'll make you this drink. I like that. Thank you, Feely Dan.
Whoa, careful there. You don't want to spill a drink you enjoy this much.
What happened? Ah, you're right. I'm just so excited I can barely sit still.
That was weird.
Yeah.
I can imagine. A first trip across the country is a big deal.
Also, they're going to trip on the country, then Amanda's going home, and Silver's staying.
Yeah.
Okay. It is, but that's not the only reason I'm excited.
Okay, that was quite the dramatic pause. I really want to know what you're going to say now. You guys seem to lead very interesting lives.
Oh no, not at all. I think I'm quite a boring person. With a secret society and an alien background. It's true that some of my life circumstances are a bit unusual. But this particular thing is very commonplace.
Our sibling is excited because his date will be joining us. There it is. And in fact, we must be fair and acknowledge that we may have misjudged her based on her lack of facial symmetry. Although Pearl's features are 9.231% different from left to right, we agree with her movie analysis 99.99%.
Wow, hold on. Amanda, you have met Pearl and you talked about movies? And now she's joining you two on a holiday? How did any of that happen? We watched Orc Westerns all together last night. Pearl likes them a lot as well.
You don't exactly sound thrilled.
Fortunately, she also likes space travel operas.
Ha, I see. Learning couple compromises the hard way.
I suppose so. Well, I'm glad to hear that she's met Amanda and they got along. Does that mean she knows where you're from, Silver? She does. In fact, I told her about that on our very first date.
You like adding words, huh?
Did I?
Yeah. Wow, that's very brave. It's very hard to put yourself out there under any circumstances. To reveal something so vulnerable to someone you've just met and are starting to like. Takes guts.
You're very kind, but I don't think so. To be honest, I hadn't planned it that way. Although I've always felt safe here, with all the regulars. I know that not everyone would be open-minded about me. And so I wasn't sure I said something to Paul that night. But as we were talking, I was so happy to learn more about her, about who she is. And I realized that I didn't want her to have an incomplete picture of me. My past is a part of me. And my goal is to find someone who sees me for who I am. Then she needs to know about that too. And in the end, that was the right decision.
Well, I will say that if she'd heard your story, and that changed how she viewed you, then she wouldn't have been worth your time anyway.
That's fair.
But still, even knowing that, I admire you a lot.
The truth is, and this is a bit of a strange thing to say, but I think I'm proud of who I've become. And I want people I love to be proud of me too.
What is proud?
Proud is, for yourself, I think it's when you start to be satisfied with what you're achieving. Especially if you have to fight to get there. And for others, it's when you think of someone you care about. Consider who they are and the way they are acting. And it just fills you with joy. Ah, we see. It's you.
It's me. Ah, we see. Then we are definitely proud of you.
Aw.
You two are a really sweet family.
And so are you and Miss Lua, Mr. Bailey's?
Heh, true. Chosen families can also rock.
Yes.
When we met Pearl, we came to a conclusion. There is no difference in nature or expression between a family that you are born with and a family that you acquire by choice. Both demand work and understanding. There may be minute differences in the specific process, but the bond appears to be 99.99% similar in the end. So it is.
Well, we should probably get going. We saw one show where they couldn't say probably, was it? Oh, it's the cuts to your game show.
The cuts. Oh yes. Yes, we must go pack. First time I see someone get excited about that specific part.
What Amanda really means is that I must pack, while she analyzes the earthling ritual of folding shirts, rolling up socks, and so on.
Precisely. This is further information for our research. We are thrilled.
Good luck, Silver. Indeed. Bye!
Do enjoy your trip, both of you. I hope you'll tell us all about it when you're back, Silver.
I will. Good night to you two then.
Finger guns. Hasta la vista, strangers.
Huh? Alt Westerns.
Ah, bye to you too.
Oh, we're not going to see Amanda again?
Probably not. Or Silver. There's never a dull moment in your cafe, Feely Dan.
I try. Speaking of which, would you like to hold some party or after party for your wedding here? I know it's not a very large space, but perhaps.
Whether we'd like it? We'd love it. Honestly, I didn't want to impose, but there's no place that could be a better fit. And I don't mind that it's not very large. It's going to be a small, cozy wedding. So this is perfect.
It's settled then.
Lua's going to be over the moon when I tell her. In fact, I'm going to go and tell her now.
That's a very exciting prospect. Bye, Baileys.
It really is.
Bye, Baileys.
Thanks again, Feely Dan.
Bye, Baileys.
You're like a guardian angel for us. Maybe we are an angel. And on that note, I'm off.
Bye, Baileys.
Good night. More like a guardian hive mind.
Oh. Maybe the Philly Dan is more than one person. So when one Philly Dan dies, another Philly Dan, then they're all a hive's mind.
Good night, Mr. Bailey's.
That's why they're the offspring.
Maybe we're aliens. I don't know. We should probably end here though, because it is nearly 11:30, and I don't want to start a whole new day.
Okay.
So
I'm sleepy too.
Reading out loud takes it out of you.
Yeah, it's tiring. I drank so much water.
Yeah.
I keep needing to pee.
Saturday, December 30th, 2023.
Okay,
so
we'll stop here.
Yeah, we'll stop here. So apparently there's not that many days left. We have, I think, 4 days left in the game. in the main game. So this one, and then the first 3 days of October. I think the third day of October is the last day.
This seems shorter than the first one, right? Or maybe the first one, like, we stopped and started too often.
Maybe, yeah. ZXX20 virus vaccine booster ready for distribution. Nekomimi driver crashes truck filled with catnip, suspected DUI. UFO previously spotted by Space Guard fighters, a very determined hot air balloon. Alright, so we'll end it here. Save the game. Main menu. So we'll come back to this next week. So on Tuesday, Felicia and I will be continuing Season, Letter to the Future. On Wednesday, for Dan Plays Through His Backlog, I'm playing Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, the game. And then on Thursday, more Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link. I'm on the last, or the 6th palace. It's probably not the last palace, probably something after that. I'm on the 6th palace. And then on Sunday, next Sunday, we'll come back to Coffee Talk and possibly finish it. If there's only 4 days left, there's a good chance that we'll finish it at least that first playthrough. And then we'll come back and play it on our own to try and unlock everything else. So if we do finish it next week, that means that the week after that, we're going to start something new. And we have an idea of what that is, because we've talked about it before. Felicia has completely forgotten. That's why she's looking at me with this face. But we have talked about it. So we'll reveal it next week if it is, in fact, our last day of Coffee Talk. So thank you guys so much for hanging out. Appreciate all of you. And since Eugene is here, Eugene, congrats on your
new book.
Yeah, your
series.
new book deal, your new book series. That's awesome, and we're very happy for you. And yeah, we look forward to seeing that come out.
2024.
Yeah, 2024. That's right. I couldn't remember.
I actually read.
No, I read it too. I knew it wasn't this year, but I couldn't remember how soon it would be. But yes, anyway. I think L is going to be streaming in about 40 minutes, and possibly MVL as well. I know MVL sometimes streams after me occasionally, so he might be streaming after me around midnight as well. So go check them out when they start. Thank you guys so much, and we will see you on Tuesday.
Bye.
Bye-bye.